Hey, what is up, team? Chuck with Traders War Room, and I'm back at you with another video. This is your Sunday Motivator, and we're going to talk about all the stocks and trends that will make some money, hopefully, when that bell rings tomorrow morning. Guys, what I need you to do is hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and I need you to come along with us on the journey and check the description tab out. Tons of tools and tidbits right there at your fingertips to make you a more successful trader. Now, if that sounds good and you're ready to rock it with me, then all I got to say to you is follow me and let's go to war together. Traders War Room, let's get it. Legal disclaimer, this is not financial advice. The content is for entertainment and education purposes only. You're responsible for every decision you make. We want you to have fun, use caution, always go to war. Services we provide, guys, I'm not going to get into this, but you can check out all the products and services that Traders War Room has at traderswarroom.com. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and get into it right now. I promised you guys a jam-packed schedule and a video full of all the stocks and stuff for you guys, and let's go ahead and start off. Go ahead and kick it off with Tesla, guys. All right, here's the thing. We got a huge earnings coming up, right? And earnings are meant, normally in the past, earnings have been big catalysts for pushing stocks to the different stratospheres, right? Whether they get good earnings, they push up, they get bad earnings, they push down. Right now, we're kind of in a limbo, okay? We don't know how to kind of play these. We got stocks that don't have good earnings, but the forward future looks good and they boom. And then we have stocks that have extremely well earnings, but the forward future doesn't look good and they start to tank. So we're playing it by ear. Let's go ahead and look at Tesla right here. We're going to go ahead and notice that we got a consolidating pattern right here, right? And when we talk about consolidating pattern, let's look at this bottom here, right? We see this. And we're going to go ahead and draw a rectangle around here. And this is just giving us a rough estimate of what's going on, right? And let's go ahead and color that here. So we're looking at Tesla. We see that we got a top level here at about, 761.45. And we got the bottom level at 613, guys. When we look at this, consider this 100% type of range, right? Inside of here is 50%, and then on top of that is 25 going to 75% top, and on there is 25% going to 100% bottom, right? So 50-50 about here. We're on the top of that 50-50 line, and we got some good things going on. We got a nice bullish pattern going here. We're above some moving averages. Guys, I want you to be cautious with this, okay? So basically for me, I'm going to go ahead and put lines on here, and I'm going to make some calls. Basically, I'm going to say, hey, if Tesla opens and closes on a 5-minute chart above, say 732, 735, something like that, I'm going to start considering calls long for a push, probably up to this potential here to go test these highs, right? If we can't, then I've got a feeling we're probably going to come down, and we're going to go ahead and put another line right here, and we'll go ahead and call this right there. Boom. 698, and I think if we can't hold this top level, we're going to go ahead and fail and come down to the 698. So this will be a telltale sign to see how much momentum Tesla has, and expect some fireworks because it's going to be volatile and it's going to push. So we get two triggers to give us a movement going both ways. We can also capitalize going calls and puts to make money going both ways, but that's where I got with Tesla. I would be err on the caution of Tesla because it does like to run really hard and then come down. I'd also pay attention to SPY. If SPY is extremely bullish and it's moving to the upside, Tesla will probably follow in suit as it has a large market cap along with it. If SPY is struggling, expect Tesla to kind of fall as well. Next one, we got ASML, has earnings as well. Now this one I do like. This one, we got almost a three-soldier pattern to the upside, and we're about to close on top of some moving averages. I like this for continuation. If earnings are strong, I got a feeling we'll probably see a nice dramatic push, and we can easily come back up here to see these top levels. Notice we got some trend, we got some points right here which touch multiple times. I think, I would say like 493, 494 would be a decent avenue of approach if we can get some decent earnings and push to the upside to go at least test those higher levels. So paying attention to this, seeing how the volume comes in. We noticed the volume's been increasing here the past few days, coming up into earnings. Indicators over here tell us that we are probably good to go. We'll see what happens at the bell, and then we'll play it by ear, and the volume continues and the momentum continues upside. Go ahead and don't be afraid to pull the trigger and go long on this. SPY, we talked about this and beat this up on a video this past weekend. Let's go ahead and talk it up again. Guys, I know you guys want to be bullish on SPY, and so do I. But right now, listen, we cannot face the fact that we are still in a downtrending pattern. Look, right here. It's right there. We're still downtrending. Guys, and typically when we get an uptrending pattern, like we see here, right? We do got some uptrending come, but a true uptrending pattern is going to go ahead and make higher lows consistently as it comes up. Notice right here. I want you guys to focus on right here. All right, here, oops, having some technical difficulties, and right here, all right, look at these. Push, come on, pull. Anyways, you guys get right there, all right? If we were in a true uptrending pattern, normally what would happen is this low and this low would be higher than this one. But if you notice, we're still making lower lows, guys. Okay, so that tells me if we can't pull the juice up here at these higher levels and hold this level, we're going to come back down and at least test this lower level here to see if we can draw on support. But if we can't, we're going to fail and we're going to come back down here to retest these bottom levels. All right, so we got to be very cautious. We got to play SPY and watch. And if SPY is moving to the upside, we can rest assured that a lot of our favorite stocks are moving along with it. If it's moving to the downside, a lot of those heavy market cap stocks that we love to trade because they move dramatically, they're probably moving down as well. So just be ready for some volatility and have a plan, have a strategy. If you start to see it moving, great, okay? Don't expect it to come up here and clear this entire gap, okay? It has a long way to go. But I am more bearish on this. I think if we get a push to the upside, we're going to hit heavy resistance. I mean, we got tons of resistance here. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. So about right here, this 389, 390 area, that's where we're going to see that heavy resistance. And we'll probably see rejection to the downside because I don't think we're in that full uptrend pattern yet as far as SPY is concerned. All right, so just be cautious with that. Samuel Adams, people love them beer. Guys, I like this pattern here. What we got a nice consolidation pattern and a smooth uptrend. I think Samuel Adams go ahead and we push up to the upside. And I like this to go ahead and start clearing this gap. Okay, so I do think Samuel Adams pushes to the upside. I think it's okay to go ahead and start going long. Try to get yourself some time on this, but I do think we come up 328, 329, and we clear this gap to the upside. And we'll probably start to see the resistance at the top, about the 342 area. So expect some volatility going in. If earnings are decent, like I said, we go and clear this gap here and we push to the upside, at least go retest these recent highs. And if we can hold it, then it's a breakout to the upside, which I'd love to see on Samuel Adams. But I don't think we're quite ready to break out to the far upside. But I do think we're good enough right now to go ahead and start clearing this gap right here. So I am bullish on this one. We got about a $4 to $5 move to the upside that we can capitalize on Samuel Adams. Netflix, next one. Guys, Netflix been beat up a lot lately. I mean, just look at this chart right here. Huge gap. Look at this. Huge gap. Found its bottom. Okay, we can see the bottom right here, all right? It's found its bottom, okay? Boom. Multiple times, multiple touches at the bottom. We like that, okay? It's been pushing up, and now we got a nice consolidation pattern within range, all right? So here's the deal with Netflix, okay? They got earnings. They also got some decent stuff in the works as far as partnership and mergers are concerned, all right? If we can hold this and they have decent earnings, okay? Not everyone's not expecting fireworks, but if they get something dramatic and they show that forward growth is the huge thing with Netflix. They show some progression and forward growth, then we can definitely look for capitalizing and pushing to the upside from here. And I think that if we get a decent earnings call, there's no reason why we can't start breaking 200, all right? So everything plays on how their earnings are, and not specifically what their earnings are for this particular quarter, but what their forward projection is as far as subscriptions and user base and that merger information that we have. So definitely paying attention to that. Johnson & Johnson. I like where we're at on Johnson & Johnson. I think that we can push to the upside. Johnson & Johnson, if we can hold this level where we got some of this tight consolidation here, right? We noticed that we got some wicks, but let's look at the meat and potatoes. We got tight consolidation right here. If we can hold this level, there's no reason why Johnson & Johnson can't push to the upside, okay? It's been trading in kind of a range anyways. Look at this. All right, we've been trading in range for a minute. Here's top level range. And even here's some bottom level range with a few spikes on the downside, right? But we've been trading inside of this range for a while, okay? There's no reason why we can't move on some decent earnings and some decent forward progression out of this consolidation where we hit the bottom, we peak back up. We're now testing this previous consolidation pattern. And I got a feeling that we're going to get some decent news and we'll probably push up to test this. Now, this is also sensitive to overall market conditions, okay? If market sentiment is extremely bearish this particular week, you may want to hold off on going long on this one, okay? Let it bottom out, and then you can play the rejection down here and go to the upside, all right? But if you start to see the momentum pushing along these stocks, don't be afraid to pull the trigger, and we got a nice little $2 to $3 move to the upside where we probably can even push even further before we start to see that rejection at the top level for a cool down. So definitely paying attention to this. Apple, I like where Apple's at right now. I still think that we're going to see this rejection. If you look at this level here, we're right here at this previous level of consolidation pattern. And when I look at consolidation in Apple, I always think of wealth accumulation. Okay, so we're definitely at this level. I don't think we have quite the juice yet to push to the upside and break out for a huge Apple break. I think we're going to see some rejection. We're going to see some pullback. So I am a little bearish. I think it's in the range and definitely plausible for us to go down and test the 143 and 142 areas on some cool down with Apple before we start to hit that rejection from the bottom and push to the upside and break out. IBM trending hard, guys. This is also very dependent on this CHIP Act and everything like this. I do like where we're at. We do have a peak right here, right? We got a shelf at the top where we're looking to try to break out, and we got this little, nice little pattern to the upside that we've been getting. Okay, I do like IBM for a push to the upside, at least to test these higher levels, and we'll probably stay in range trading like this until we get that good news with the CHIP Act, specifically with the chip manufacturing plant that they want to try to do here in the United States. And if we get that, expect some fireworks through IBM, but at least a push to the upside, I think is plausible for IBM. And I like this for calls going in to test this higher level right here. Amazon was rocking, guys. This one is a favorite day trading stock because it moves dramatically and you can make money off it going both ways all the time. Okay, this is very sensitive to the overall market, so paying attention to SPY when you're trading Amazon is important. SPY starts to dip, Amazon's going to dip. Okay, and Amazon may be the reason why SPY is starting to dip. Okay, because it has such a huge market cap. But on the same thing, if SPY starting to rip, then Amazon's probably going to rip too. I am a little bearish on this one. Still, I don't think we're quite ready for the breakout to the upside yet to go retest this gap here. I think we see some more downside coming to the bottom, and I am bearish on this one. And I got a feeling that we're probably going to come back to about the 107, 106 area to retest those lows. So that's my opinion. Of course, we could always skyrocket, but I just don't see it yet. I still see us downtrending currently right now. If you look at this, boom, boom, we're downtrending. And yes, are we making higher highs? We are, but we're still testing these lower levels. I think that we're going to get into here and we're going to start seeing this crush, right? We're getting into the triangle crush. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to make a decision. I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we can push to the upside. And I think we reject coming back down to test these lower levels. Like I said, 107, 106, something like that. Abbott got earnings, and I do like what I'm seeing here. I like this pattern here. It's a consolidation. It's coming out of broadening and narrowing into consolidation. This little dip here doesn't bother me too much. I think that it was a dip on a basic just general sentiment, and we pushed to the upside. I like this for a push to go start clearing this gap. I think Abbott can easily see 110, 111 on some decent earnings that it has coming up. And if we get those earnings, we'll definitely come back up here to clear this gap and push the upside before we start to see some rejection coming in at about 115, maybe 116. So I am bullish on Abbott moving forward. AMD, I like AMD. I think down here at this level is a decent level for a continuation. Again, this is very sensitive overall market sentiment, so we're paying attention to that if we're trading AMD. If market sentiment is bullish, I think there's no reason why we can't push to 85 on a decent market day with some good volume. However, paying attention to this, look, volume is starting to taper off, so we're starting to lose a little bit of steam. Even though we closed decently the past few days, we're starting to slowly lose a little bit of steam. So we're paying attention to overall marketplace, market sentiment. If the market sentiment is bearish, it is safe to go ahead and pull the trigger on some puts. And we definitely know that AMD will probably on a put or on a downtrend will retest those $75 areas. So definitely paying attention to that and trying to make some money going both ways. And the final one for today, guys, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Verizon. And I do like where Verizon is at. We had a previous level of that we had over here, and we're starting to come back up and clear that. We had that here. We're right at that level, okay? So if we hold this support, there's no reason why we can't come up, push, and start to clear this gap. However, this is very sensitive, of course, in the technology and the communications area. So we're paying attention to that, but we are hitting these shelves. If they have decent earnings and decent forward projection, we can see that push to the upside. If not, we're going to see a dramatic push to the downside, and it could be plausible to see a drop of $3 to $4, even $5 in Verizon on some decent earnings, but poor forward projection, guys. All right, so that's the video. I hope I gave you some insight into, you know, what to kind of look for and stuff like that. We want you to come trade with the bulls with Traders War Room. Check us out on the web and social media. And guys, with that said, remember, we look at the stock market like a war zone. Stocks and sector are our battle. We do it together as a team. Attack, conquer, destroy, and we're always going to war. If that sounds good, then all I got to say to you is follow me. Let's go to war together. Traders War Room. Have a great weekend. Let's go make some money tomorrow.